Hey guys, it's 604 Comics. This is part 5 of my version 2.0 comic collection. So I went through Marvel, I've gone through DC, Image, and Top Cow, and these are all just the other miscellaneous publishers. So I'm going to go through these ones really quickly, and they're all in the order of publishers. So the first one that we have here is one shot by, these are all from Big Dog Inc. This one is Critter. Don't know much about this, but it looked like a interesting, cute little series, so I picked this up. Haven't read it, so there's it's one shot, Critter. I think there's an ongoing of this one now. We also have some more. This is another series by Big Dog Inc. Again, sounded interesting when I was reading the previews. Penny for Your Soul, it's a 7-issue miniseries. The premises of this is that people sell their souls to the devil in order to, I guess, get a bunch of money that they gamble at this casino run by the devil. So this is Penny for Your Soul number 1. I believe this is the second printing of this issue. So there's number 1. We have number 2 here. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5, number 6, and there's one more issue, number 7. I must have just forgotten it and I didn't order it, so I only have 1 through 6. I'm missing number 7. It was alright, nothing special about this series, but I think Big Dog made another miniseries after this. So there's that, Penny for Your Soul, Big Dog Inc. Next, we've got just a random comic that I picked up. This is from a publisher called Enemy Transmission, and this one is Valhalla Cindermane. Yeah, I haven't looked in this, and I don't know what's inside, but it sounded interesting, so I picked it up. I did a lot of this when I was going through the previews. Since it's so cheap to order the books online, I just went on a whim and ordered a bunch of comics that I normally wouldn't buy for full cover price. So this was one of them, Valhalla Cindermane number 1. I think they solicited number 2, but they never released it. Next is a series called The Last Zombie, published by Entertainment Press. Big zombie craze going on, so I decided to go pick this up, The Last Zombie. This is number 1. This is number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And number 5. It's a black and white series. I haven't read it, but I know that they went on and made some more miniseries based on The Last Zombie. So there is 1 through 5, a complete miniseries for this. And also picked up this one, The Littlest Zombie, another zombie comic. It's black and white. I read it. It's got that cutesy kind of feel. So that is number 1. I believe there's a number 2 up there as well. Here's another one. This is by a publisher called Moonstone, and this is Vampire PA. So this is, the cover is really nice on this one, I think. It's like an oil painting type of cover. The premise of this one was there's vampire hunters in Pennsylvania, and yeah, that's what it is. So this is issue number 1. And issue number 2, it's a 3-issue miniseries, but I didn't like it that much, so I stopped and I didn't pick up the last issue. So that was 1, 2. Next I have miniseries by Titan Comics, Titan Books. This is Torchwood. I loved the show, so I had to go and get the comic. So this is Torchwood. It's a bunch of short stories that go from issue to issue. I think there's like 2 stories in this one that continue in the next issue. This is Torchwood number 1. If you get a chance to go and watch the show, it's a English series, and it's really good. Torchwood number 2. This is Torchwood number 3. The writer. So this is number 1. The writer on one of the stories is John Barrowman, who is one of the actors from Torchwood. So there's that one. This is number 3. Gareth David Lloyd is the writer of one of the stories, and he plays Yanto in Torchwood. Got art by Pia Guerra, who you'll recognize from Why the Last Man. This is issue number 4. Issue number 5. And issue number 6, which I think was the last one in this collection. So there we go, Torchwood. But yeah, definitely go check out the show. I highly recommend it if you're into that sci-fi kind of stuff, like X-Files. Next is probably a publisher that you've never heard of before, and I had definitely never heard of them before, but they just had some gorgeous art in the previews, so I had to go and get some of their comics. This is a studio called GG Studios, GG Studio, sorry. I believe it's an Italian company, but they have some amazing art in their comics, and this is a series called Gore. Do some research on the internet. I can't remember what the story is all about, but there is number 1. This is issue number 2. Now, the release schedule for these comics was really sporadic. I think they had to do a lot of translation issues, so it wasn't released on a regular basis, so that really killed the momentum, and I never knew when the next issue was going to come out. So I started picking up most of these comics from number 1, but I don't think I finished any of these series before I stopped buying comics. Here's number 3, and here's number 4. And the next series by GG Studios is Mediterranean. Here's number 1. It's number 2. It's number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. And again, I'm not sure if this is the last issue or not, but I think this might have kept on going. The next series by GG Studios that I was picking up is called The One. That's a really nice cover there on right there. So that is number 1 of The One. It's issue number 2. It's issue number 3. We got issue number 4 here. Issue number 5. Issue number 6. And that is the last one that I picked up, those ones. Here is another one, a skeleton story. So I only picked up the first issue of this one. I read it. I didn't really like it, even though the art in this was really nice, but I only picked up the one issue for this one. And the last series that I picked up from GG Studios is this one called Rue de Maison Rouge. So this is, I actually read this very first issue, and despite the cheesecake on the cover and throughout the issue inside, I really enjoyed the story for this one. So yeah, don't let the art fool you, and yeah, the story is pretty interesting, and it's not bad. It's not like they're just trying to throw cheesecake at you. There's somewhat of a story here, and I enjoyed it. I'm actually gonna see if I can open this up and show you the artwork inside. So there is issue number 1 of Rue de Maison Rouge. there, if you can see that. That's yeah, some art there. Some art there. It's really got like an animation style art. And then you've got some sketches in the back. So that is what you'll get if you decide to check this out. So that was issue number 1. We got issue number 2 there. Pretty racy cover. Number 3. We got number 4. Number 5. Rue de Maison Rouge. Number 6. And number 7. And I think this is actually the entire collection. 1 through 7. Rue de Maison Rouge. If you're wondering what that means, that literally translates to the road of red houses. It's a little French for you guys. So that is my collection of GG Studios. Next up is my Aspen collection. I only have 2 series here, but here's one that I really enjoyed. This is Lady Mechanica. This is number 0 by Joe Benitez. I read this one and it was just amazing. We got a steampunk chick and she's got mechanical arms. So she's like part robot. So that definitely something that you got to pick up and check out. So here's issue 0. We got issue number 1. J. Scott Campbell doing the cover here. Lovely cover. Issue number 2. And then we got issue number 3. Now I think this was all they released. I'm not sure what happened here, why they didn't keep on going. But I definitely would have enjoyed getting more issues of Lady Mechanica. It was one of those different series and it just had a really cool character. But there we go, issues 0 through 3. Then we got my other Aspen series. This is called Scourge. So the basic premise of the story was that there's a virus that comes in, hits New York and turns everyone into gargoyles. So it was enticing enough for me to go and check this out. So this is issue 0. Then we got issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5, and the last issue of the miniseries, issue number 6. And this was written by Scott Lobdell, who you'll recognize from some of the New 52 titles. So that is my Aspen collection. And then the last publisher that I'm going to showcase in this video, before it gets too long, is, the last 2 publishers is, so here is IDW. I don't really pick up a lot of IDW stuff, not really too much into their stuff, but this is G.I. Joe Real American Hero number 155.5, free comic book day that they were giving out before the 156 continuation. So there is the free comic book day comic. And then I went ahead and I picked up the first True Blood miniseries. Was really loving the show, so I wanted to pick up the comic. This is number 1. They released a lot of different versions of the covers, but I didn't want to collect them all. So here's number 1. Here's number 2, covered by J. Scott Campbell, Sookie, Bill, and Eric on the cover. Got issue number 3, issue number 4, covered by David Messina, issue number 5, again by Messina, and issue number 6. So that is the complete 6-issue miniseries of the first True Blood. I've read it and I wasn't thrilled with it, so I didn't pick up the other miniseries for True Blood. Still watching the show, it's a good show. And then this is the last publisher for this video. I picked up a few books by Boom Studios. This is The Calling by I still don't know how to pronounce that. The Calling, the Thulu Chronicles. So that was that. It was billed as like a horror book. So picked up number 1, picked up number 2, number 3, and picked up number 4 of this 4-issue miniseries, The Calling. And then I also picked up some other titles by Boom. If you remember when this one came out, Stan Lee's name was all over it, so I thought I'd give it a chance, check it out. Soldier Zero, it's about I believe a military man who comes back from service and he's in a wheelchair, and then this alien comes crashing from the sky, and our wheelchair hero is able to put on the suit and do superhero stuff. Read the first issue, read the second issue, was not impressed with it at all. So the last issue I picked up in this series was number 3. So there we go, that was part 1 of my miscellaneous publishers. The next video is going to cover Boundless, Icon, Dynamite, and Zenoscope. So come back for that one, and I'll see you later. Thanks.